The ego gets a bad rap. It is not evil or bad and isn't out to attack you and make your life miserable. You can think of it as basically the operating system of your human vessel. It is in control of the hard drive of everything that has been experienced by the vessel. Every thought, action, emotion, observation, and assumptions made throughout your life. Its actions in the physical world are what we call our personality. Beginning at birth, actually months before birth, this operating system began recording every detail, including energetic, with the overriding goal of survival of itself. Throughout childhood and into adulthood, the propensity had been to ignore, suck it up, and keep going, ignoring our emotions and not spending the necessary time in introspection to assess what we had experienced, our role in it, what we learned, and how to move forward with our new wisdom. Instead, we formed judgments, opinions, condemnations to blame others and what they did to us so that we could move forward and continue on. While this lack of self-awareness and self-inquiry may work for decades, there comes a point where all unresolved and unaddressed emotions, issues, and beliefs have reached a space limit and are no longer able to be kept under control. For the majority of people, a life-altering event will pop up that drops you to your knees, or lower, to force you to finally get in there and clean yourself up. Common life events are around physical ailments or dis-ease. If we stop and really assess ourselves, we will see that the vessel has been giving us messages for a very long time as to what was going on and where it was leading to, but we persevered, ignoring the warning lights until the vessel shut down, demanding our attention. There's no easy way out. You are responsible for cleaning out your vessel, and you are the one that needs to be honest with yourself and fully take accountability for how you got to here. Because of this necessary action, many will continue to bypass, ignore it, or become angry at everyone and everything that they will suffer and live out the rest of their lives as victims, never accepting that they are the reason they are where they are. The programs have been left running, unchecked, unrevised, and undeleted, which have led you to where you currently are. If you choose to do nothing, then they will continue with what they are programmed to do until the bitter end. If you choose to begin the honest journey of defrag, you will continuously see more than you would like to see that was unconscious and running within you. The best response throughout this process is to laugh at yourself every time you see something. Doing this will raise your frequency and will give you a better ability to make necessary revisions, and it will send a message to your ego/personality of the defect in a manner that does not cause friction. During this time of revision, there is an even greater noticing of what programs are running in other people around you. While we may want to be of assistance and point it out to them so they also can fix it, I found that the reactiveness of many people being told about their programming is counterproductive for both them and me. I enjoy seeing the things I'm overlooking, and even if initially painful, I am grateful for being shown so that I can revise it. Anything that is a trigger is automatically letting you know what can be revised in this moment. If you are brave enough to tackle it right then, you will be rewarded with resolving that what part of it that can be resolved. Think of it as a child that is angry in the moment. Yelling at the child is the worst response, but to sit, listen to the issue, and allow it to blow itself out has a greater and quicker reward. Sit and listen as your triggers come up. No reaction, no setting it aside, and no responses needed. Just sit and listen. Let it vent on and on about whatever it needs to without any reaction from you. Treat it as a loved one that just needs to get everything off their chest, not wanting answers or advice, just having someone listen. Once you have fully listened, it will be diffused, no longer an emotional mess which can then be released from your body. Yes, Additional layers may come up again in another form, but the part that you heard no longer has a role in the remaining dregs. There are many people that have multiple personalities that are shown to different people. This is dependent upon the ego's determination in any given moment of what it feels it needs to be for a particular situation or interaction. Each personality will have its own triggers unique to it. A reactiveness of that character is a conflict with it on how it is wanting to portray itself. Some characters are not triggered over something that another character is. Look at your personalities. Really look at all the hats you wear and who you are with different people. Chances are that none of these are authentic. No one gets to see the real you. Everyone sees a character that you are portraying. It is totally understandable that people do not know who they are and begin the search of, who am I? We lose our true self because we have switched roles over and over for whatever reason seemed logical in the moment. Holding on to the reasons why and the stories of these characters only keeps us from stripping these personalities away and truly stepping up as our authentic self. You are the only one that can do this. You are the one responsible for stripping away all that is not authentic. No one can advise you on how. Trust me, however, that this is a required step for a solid foundation. There will still be times where we may need to pull a personality out of the bag to interact in the 3D world, but knowing when you are doing it and setting boundaries for that character's behavior to be for your highest interest is the ultimate goal.